What's good, Valentina? Salute to you. Just about to get into a little ductwork this morning, and later on I'm gonna get back to the other kind of content. So this just for future references when I get ready to edit videos or whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and start out since somebody here. We got a job that's almost done. It's I'll say about 95% done. What we got here is we put our distribution box right there. We got it up there. We just got to make this last connect right here, which is the big line that comes from the main air conditioning. We're going to connect that, duct seal that. We got one flex right here that was a little short. It's going to reach that bathroom right there. So we're going to add a little piece right there. So I'm going to show y'all some splicing. We got our return jumper duct right here. We're gonna go ahead and connect that, put the straps on it, duct seal that, and we're gonna get up there in the attic, and we gotta put some straps on that so it look like a nice little rainbow. Besides that, we got right here. Right here where the bath, fart fan, whatever you want to call it, it goes out the ceiling. So we're gonna seal around right there so the penetration. That way when it rains and stuff, it doesn't come in. We're gonna do it right there and right there. That'll be all for that. And we're gonna run one thermostat wire from right here. This is where the thermostat is gonna be sitting at. So we're gonna run a wire up and over, down through there. That'll be for that. We're gonna put one little strap right there just to make that nice and pretty. And we will be done with this. As far as clean up, we'll do that too. But what's good, everybody? So that's what we came here today, and then after that, we're going to take a week off. So I want to get done with this as soon as possible. Let me get me a couple of staples or whatever, put them in my staple gun. So I'm about to go ahead and get to it so I can, the quicker I get this done, the quicker I can get home. And I got a couple of broadcasts a couple of lives that I want to set up and do. Talk about a couple of things. I actually was looking at my comments, and I had a lot of people come in my comments, and they were telling me I was lying about stuff, and especially when it came to the Tory Lane trial and stuff. So later on, I definitely want to give those people an opportunity to come up there and have a friendly debate on the evidence and the facts. If they feel like I'm just saying something just out of my ass. All right, we got this gun ready. We're gonna get our scissors, our knife just for backup. Get some gloves. And we're gonna need this black tape also. This black tape will be to take that duct up right there. So we'll sit that right there for right now until we need it. All right, first thing we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna go ahead and scrap this thing on down on both sides. So we're gonna put this in right there so it'll hold the floor. Got a little spot right here for the knife. We'll put that right there. And put it down. And that right there. So what we need is the straps. Oh, let's leave that right there. Okay. Put these guys down. It's a little chilly this morning, y'all. Hope everybody having a decent early morning or rising. All right. Like I say, first thing we're gonna do is strap this on. Now, when you're dealing with these bigger ducks, usually when you're dealing with those smaller ducks like that, you only need one of these. But when you're dealing with anything that's a size 12 or bigger, or sometimes 10, you don't want to struggle, but usually a 12-inch round or bigger, you want to get two of these, and you want to put them together. Now, they do sell some that are super long, and you don't have to do two of them together, but these are, what these are? These are, I think it's a foot long. So, like I said, when you're putting these inside each other, you always want to, there's a rugged end right here. You always want that facing down, going into the flat end of this. So that way, and you'll hear it kind of clicking to catch in. If you don't hear it clicking, that means you got it slid in the wrong way. Okay, so now we're going to take our tool right here. And that little extra little piece right there, we're going to let that snap it off. Because you don't need that piece. Now, you want to wrap this around the inside liner, which is the black liner right here. You want to have a couple of those rings pushed all the way down like that also. Stick that down. Remember that rugged side got to be down towards going towards the flat side. And this is how you would strap any duck. And you want this to be low enough where it's on, making sure that it's on the black, but not too high, because you don't want the shit to pull off or for it to collapse the duck. But once you got it around there, you want to push that down real good, hand tighten it. And when you take your tool, you want the rugged side to be down. You want the tool to be down. Slide it in the little slit right there. Pull it all the way tight. Tighten it just enough. Don't try to super tighten it, but you know when it's tight. And you hold it down, then you pull that lever. And I'll pop that right on off. Then you want to go ahead and pull the rest of this insulation down. You always want it to be insulation to insulation, because that's what stops the air from escaping. So now you got that insulation to insulation all the way around. You're going to do the same thing, get you two of these. And in a minute, we're going to get up here and we're going to put hanging straps on all those flexes. We're not going to leave them just laying like that. But you'll see the difference of how the ones that we already got on, you just all want them to be where the air is flowing unrestricted. If it has to go up and down and all that shit like that, ain't gonna work right. Sorry, y'all. I ain't trying to cuss because I'm trying to use these videos. So I guess I could edit that. These are the videos I'll be uploading on my new channel, Ductwork TV. If y'all haven't already, subscribe up to it. But if you don't know where it's at, if it ain't pulling up, that's kind of normal. So I will be putting it in the description a little later, so you can come back and subscribe up to that. But it won't let me go live on that channel. And I'd rather go live than mess up and use up all that space and memory that it uses for a video on my phone. So what I'm gonna do with this, I want this to be further enough down where, you know, where it's not going past the insulation, but I want it further enough up so it can at least catch it. So right now I got it even all the way around. I just feel all the way around, make sure I just got a little bit of insulation up under it. That way when I start tightening it, it's gonna squeeze it. I hand tighten it. And I take my tool again. And I want to kind of hold it down with one hand while I tighten it. Every time I tighten it, I want to make sure I keep pulling it down because it'll draw it up. That's pretty tight enough. So now that's how that's gonna be. It ain't going nowhere. Now I'm gonna put that over there because I'm gonna go over there on that other side and tighten that side, and then I'm gonna put a scrap. Since I already got the scrap right here, I'm gonna put a scrap right here, and I'm gonna just, scrap it up to right here. That way it's gonna be a nice little rainbow looking kind of, or whatever. So let's do that real quick, and then we'll duct seal it. And then we'll be done with this part. Let me get my staple gun. Oh, I already got my staple gun. I'm tripping, y'all. I'm so used to always having to get down for my shit for some reason. Because I don't like to wear my tool belt because it aggravates my back. But I forgot I had the damn thing right here already. Okay, so when you're using a scrap and you're scrapping big duct, you're going to pretty much put this scrap all the way around it. You want to make sure your scrap is flat. Find you the closest piece of wood. Pull your scrap all the way up, of course, and then move the camera a little bit. Find the closest piece of wood. Always kind of double lap your scrap. That way it's nice and strong. It don't rip, because it will rip. But you kind of want to have it a little round like that. That's what we're trying to get. Now you got to be careful with this thing. This is for rookies. You can easily hit your fucking finger, and I'm telling you that shit will hurt for hours, especially in the cold. So you always want to kind of give yourself a little extra room. About 3 staples, usually good, just to make sure, because this is heavier stuff. So that's kind of where you want it at. Take your scissors, go ahead and cut that. Yep, and now you can go on to the other half. Let's get that over there. Let's do that real quick so it don't fall that down. Alright, so now I'm going to the other side. Oh, hold on. We gotta duct seal it first. And this isn't bad in Florida because, I know it's a little cold this morning, but it ain't that bad this morning in Florida. I think we probably had like 60, 50 maybe. I know y'all I don't know where y'all at, but y'all probably like, damn, I wish it was that here. If you're not in Florida, I feel sorry for you. But the key to duct sealing is you want to try to get the cracks where air might, escape through. So that's what this stuff is for. And that's why I be having it all over me sometimes. Y'all be seeing me getting off work and y'all might see it on my hands and all that. It's not toxic. It really just peels right off when you put some water on your hands. So it's not the end of the world. People see me with this shit. Damn, it look like you work hard. No, all I've been doing is just right. I'm just filling my duct seals. And sometimes I'll be in a rush and I get this stuff all over me. But it doesn't bother me like that to get it on me. I know some guys, they freak out when it gets on them and all that. Some guys won't even do this part of HVAC because they don't want to get this stuff on them. So they'll just limit themselves to a certain area, which ain't a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Some people just spend their career in one field because of something simple, like they don't want to, they like their clothes to be clean all the time and stuff like that. And like I say, ain't nothing wrong with that. And I might get to that point at a point in time too. But I don't mind coming out here in the field because I get my peace. When I work alone. I don't have to, deal with nobody or whatever. Unless I have a helper, and then you have to deal with that shit too. Trust me, it'd be kind of aggravating having to keep your eye on somebody else. All right, so we got that done. We got that duct sealed, and it has every one of these has to be duct sealed like that. You know, to pass the inspection. We have the city come by and inspect these jobs, so you can't just do whatever the hell you want to. All this stuff has to be by code. Uh, I just kind of know it already, so I already know what to expect. But that's why you always have to be properly trained how to make your job be able to pass inspection. All right, let's do this other side. We're gonna do this the same way. Do this the same way. Put our tools on up here. All right. Like I said, we're gonna take our two, put them together. So you people that think I work hard, I actually don't. I just do a lot of little tedious stuff. Stuff ain't hard. You just gotta ask me to do it. And the environment's changed because, you know, this is a new construction house, so, you know. Now, this type of work ain't always available around everywhere, you know. Some places, they only work in the summertime or something like that. Or you got to be in a place that's doing a lot of development. Other than that, most HVAC guys, they'll be on a job like a school or a hospital or something like that. Luckily in Florida, everybody likes to rush to Florida, so there's a whole bunch of house building in Florida. So for a guy that's doing this kind of work, this is the place you want to be, probably here or California or some just big, just a city that's, you know, booming. But this ain't the work that most HVAC guys prefer. I don't even prefer doing houses because you know, if you're doing it on the clock, you're not gonna make a whole bunch of money. But if you're doing it subcontracting, that it's a whole different story. But most guys, after a certain point in their career, they just start doing like commercial work and working for unions and stuff like that. I done did them all, so it just. But it ain't nothing like that. That freedom of doing your own thing. Not having to wear no damn hard hat and gloves. Well, I wear gloves, but hard hat and boots every day. If I want to come out here in shorts, I come out here in shorts. Y'all done see me come out here in flip flops. Yeah. Take a break when I feel like it. Do as many jobs as I can handle. If I can help, I can handle a lot, but I gotta know that they're dependable. But I got plans, so the plan is going as planned, so you just see it when it unfolds. I don't have to lay it out to everybody. Okay, so we got that on there. So now we're gonna put our strap on here. We're gonna put a strap about right here. And that way it'll make this thing, like I say, look like a little rainbow. Ah, that damn duck. I mean, that strap is all the way over there. I gotta jump in the back. And one of the reasons a lot of people don't do this section of the work is because they're probably not in the shape that sometimes you need to be in this section of it. Now, you could do commercial work. You could be a total fat ass and do it in commercial work, but or doing service work. But if you're gonna do this kind of more of a young man's game. That's why I didn't do it that much. But for the right price, I will. All right. All right, so we got that. Let me get back down. All right, y'all. So we can bring our tools back down. Now all we have to do is duct seal that. And we're gonna throw these over here because we got one more that we gotta strap to the boot. Oh fuck, I dropped that anyway. Okay, we're gonna take our duct seal though. We're just gonna throw it on here. Spread it on. And that PB&J. Yeah, I know I'm hungry already this morning. I ain't eat this morning. One more scoop should do it. Put one more scoop on that. All right, so that'll do for that. Sorry about the switching around of the camera, y'all. Salute Crystal Williams. Salute Love Lace. I know you in here. I can't really see my phone. I got it on this. I got it strapped to my chest, but I can see the first name. That's it. All right, so we got that done. Like I say, that now it looks like a nice little rainbow up there, as you can see, before and after. So now, second task I got, and I just kind of know the last little things that I left yesterday when I got done. I was trying to finish yesterday so I didn't have to come out here today. So I was getting tired. No big deal. I chill the rest of the day at home. It shouldn't take me no more than about an hour to do this little bit. Okay. So now this is going to be a little small bathroom. How you can tell is you always got the little stool right there where the bathroom's going to be at. So this is going to be a small bathroom. So we're going to have one, vent in here. This is the master bathroom. So this, of course, that's the tub. You got, this is going to be the sink right there. So we put a fart fan over the sink. That way over the sink, if you steam it, you got the steam all in from the shower and all that stuff goes out the house. And of course, we got a fart fan that's in this bathroom. So when you take a dump in here, all that stink air, it goes out the house. So that's why we're going to penetrate that up there also. But for right now, this flex that we had coming right here from that distribution box, it was just a little bit short. So what I'm about to do is what we call splice the duct. And that means you pretty much extend it a little bit. So how I do that is I just take a little piece of scrap duct or whatever size that it is. And I don't need much for this one. and take it. I'm gonna tuck down the insulation. And I left that hanging right there so I can reach it from the ground. So, you know, I try not to have to go up the ladder as much as possible, even though I do stuff. I just walk up the ladder and come right back down because I forgot something. But, so what you want to do when it comes to this is you want to take the inner lining. Let me get my tape ready. So I ain't got to try to do it while I'm holding it. You're going to take this black tape. And some people can still use this silver tape, but the silver tape doesn't work that good when it's cold. So, and plus, it, you know, you have to really, you could do it with silver tape, but black tape is the best. So you put that, whatever line that's coming out of the duct, you want it to be on the inside. So, because when that air is flowing this way, you want that air to flow straight in here. If I put that on the outside, there's a chance that that air is going to escape when it transfers. So you always want wherever the air is flowing to be on the inside. If you're doing a return like this, like if I was doing that flex right there, I would do it the opposite way because the air is returning the other way. So I got that inside like that. So now I want to take my black tape, long enough piece to go all the way around. Then put it right there on the seal where it meets it. Take it, crunch that down real good, squeeze that together, because that won't go nowhere after you do that. Now, a lot of people, they put a piece of metal in between this also, but I don't have a piece of metal. It's not gonna kill it not to have a piece of metal. So now I wanna pull this up and I wanna just I'll let the insulation be down a little bit right here, but the insulation is gonna be pulled up right here. So I wanna pull this all the way around. All the way around that, where it's insulation meeting insulation. That's my goal right there. I want the insulation to be meeting the insulation, but the foil of this can, you know, pull up a little bit over it. But as long as the inside, the insulation is meeting insulation, because you want that part where the air is exchanging right there, you want that to always have insulation around it so it doesn't create condensation, which leaves water in your attic. So if you see a wet spot on your roof or something, it's probably because somebody didn't insulate your duct real good. And you're thinking it's a leak, but it's actually coming from your duct because somebody didn't know the importance of your insulation, and they didn't know about the condensation that comes from that cold air exchanging. They didn't seal something right, probably your one of your boots right there or whatever. They didn't seal it right or something like that, and then it started creating sweat, and then over time it started wetting around your grill, and you don't even know what the hell's going on. And then you gotta send a guy out there like me to come out there just to change out that one grill, and gonna charge you about $500. And you don't want that. Especially you just bought a nice new home. Just because some guy didn't come through like ears and show a little integrity. Okay, so that's how that ends up. You can just leave it with the black tape around. I'm gonna put some duct seal around that just to make sure it never comes off, because when you do these jobs, you have to think these houses are expected to last for 50 years. So everything you do, you have to do it for it's built for it to last. So you put as much security on it as possible. So now that I got this extended, it's long enough to reach my grill that's gonna be here. So I'm gonna bring it on over, which I know I'm gonna have to cut some off, but I'd rather have to cut some off than it be too short. So I'm gonna bring it on out. I'm gonna make sure it's gonna bend right on in there like that. So I'm gonna cut it about it right there, because that should be long enough for me. Now cutting duct. This is a basic practice, but I'm gonna show y'all, the trick that I use since I just got the time and I got the just a very clear view of it. So I like to use scissors. A lot of people use the duck knife. Neither one of them is wrong, but I think just cutting and cutting and cutting that's some shit that's a little bit more aggravating to me. Now, when you cut through this insulation, of course you're cutting through that black inliner too, and this is the key. You're always gonna run every last one of these things is gonna have that inliner. It's gonna be has a wire in between. Now, either you have a pair of wire cutters on you, which is another tool you have to carry around, or you can do this trick right here. You take that wire on both sides and you twist it. You do a little, little bow looking thing, and you pull that. If you do it right, you should be able to pull it a couple of times and it pops right on off. It's just an easy little trick you can do if you're a beginner at this or whatever, and you're running around with wire cutters all the time. Then one day you lost your wire cutters and you're looking like, oh damn, I gotta cut this flex, but I ain't got the tool to do it. Now you're looking crazy and stuff. No, that's not the end of the world. You just twist that little thing like a bow and pop it right on off, and they'll do it every time for you, no matter what size the flex is. Now, I like to tuck my flex back, my insulation back. Some people fold it up, you know what I'm saying, and then pull it over. I like to tuck mine in, get it out the way. That way I can get it clean, put on the liner. So, as y'all can see, we're gonna slide that on there. Sometimes that first little ring be a headache. Let's get that on there. I like to slide it down about 3 rings. It ain't gotta be perfect. Sometimes it'll only go down 1 or 2 rings. So I'll be tighter than others. Okay, like I said, you always want to have your little grid part on the inside, pointing that way, or you could point it this way. It don't matter if you left hand or right hand. But since I'm right hand, I like to whenever I put my strap on, put it on like this, and I like to be able to cut it with my right. So I always go from right to left. But if you're left-handed, you might go left to right. But always make sure your grid part is on the inside. Make sure you get it around there. And tighten that thing. Just make sure it's at least over 1 ring. Slide your ring down that you got it over. Slide that thing tight, hand tighten it with your thumb. Take the tool. Remember, you want this thing to be going inside and be going, inside of the grid part. You get it real. Once you get it all the way there, you squeeze it tight once or twice. Hit your little lever. Bam. Simple as that. Pull down your insulation. Make sure it's going to be meeting insulation to insulation. That's very important, because if you're not, then you're going to be having air leaks. Now you want to put that thing right around in the same format and tighten that thing. Before you tighten it too tight, you want to just make sure it's all the way around your insulation. You want to keep checking, because like I said, it will slide up. Hold it down while you tighten it. That way it keeps your insulation to insulation and doesn't slide up too much. And now it's good and tight on there. Now I'm gonna do the same thing again. 2.5 tightens, pretty good. Now that thing ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna put a strap on that. Put a couple of straps on that. But I'm gonna do that when I get in the attic, because I gotta put straps on a couple of things. So. I'm gonna get my duct sealant. You gotta be perfect around the back, but you want to get as much as any available parts you can. And that should be good for that small one. I'll put a little bit more on that. You ain't gotta be shouting. It's massive. That's why I be so messy with it, because I try to make sure I got it on there real good, cause you know that saves people electricity bill. When you have to pay bills your damn self, you think about people. You like, man, make sure I save these folks their money so their air ain't leaking out of their ductwork. Little something called integrity. I know everybody ain't got it, but I went some more somebody doing my shit fucked up. So okay, we're done with that. We done. We did a splice piece. We added a piece. Now we're gonna put straps on that the same way we got straps on all these other ones, but I'm gonna wait till I get up in the act for that. So I'm gonna just do whatever I can while I'm down here on the ground. So the next thing I want to do is I'm gonna go ahead and seal these penetrations right here while I'm already over here, and I got my duct sealant already out. And I saved my hands from being messy today because I wore my gloves today. I can be as messy as I want to with this damn stuff. Usually I have it all over my hands because I'm one of those guys that just refuses to put on gloves sometimes, y'all. And that's why I kind of don't like working on commercial sites, because I'm one of those guys they have to keep telling to put your hard hat and your safety glasses on. I'm just rugged like that. And then I started looking crazy when I got a darn piece of metal in my eye, which I've had twice. Well, I ain't never had no head injury, but I guess I have to have one to keep that hard hat on. But anyway, now you're gonna take that and you're just gonna slap that on up there like that. And wherever you just see daylight, you just don't want to see daylight. And that's pretty much the key to that. I can't really see on the other side, but I'm just put enough on there where I think that it's going to be covered. I didn't get it off. There we go. Got it there. Okay, got that little bit. Also, anywhere that I had to connect to right here. So I'm going to put some duct sealant around that. So once that dries up, I know that tape will never, ever, ever come loose. Because when this air conditioning system is going, this is going to be hot air that comes out of here sometimes. So it's going to, over time, it's going to make that tape loosen up. So when that tape loosens up, then this falls apart. And now, your fart not going out of the house, and you wonder why you got down part of your house smell like shit, because shit smell going in your attic. You wonder why every time your daddy go take a shit. Dang, I ain't supposed to be cussing, y'all. Every time your daddy go take a dump, you always smell it in the hallway or in the closet. You're like, dang, why I always smell when you do it? That's because somebody didn't make sure they filled up your fart fan. That's all it is. Common error. Okay, let's go ahead and make sure we do this one right here. Because if this is not done right, the effect of it is when it starts raining, you're going to have rain strip through these small little cracks and start coming in your ceiling that's in your bathroom. So you'll go in your bathroom like, why am I having leaking in my bathroom? It's because somebody didn't seal your penetration. Or they didn't seal it really good. So, as long as you got ears on your house, you should be alright. Because I'm going to get that extra little duck on me, just so you don't have water leaking in your bathroom while you trying to get good, nice and pretty for the world. Well, handsome for the world. All right. Because it's as simple as that, y'all. It's as simple as that. I think we got it all. Yeah, I don't see no cracks in that. And when that stuff dries up, and well, nothing never gets through it. It's as simple as that. So now looking from this way, y'all can see what we're going to have to do next. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our straps, just like we got straps all over, just to make these things look like nice little rainbows and stuff like that. We're gonna put our straps on this one. Make sure that's hung nice and neat. Put our straps on that one, which is only gonna take like 2 straps a piece. It ain't no whole bunch of work. We got to strap pretty much those 2, I think. And then I'm gonna go up there to the duct over there because I think I've seen one that needs a little bit of matching. So I'm gonna go over there and make sure all the ducts that are connected, make sure they all pushed up real tight and ducts feel real good. And I believe we'll be about done. We still got one thermostat to run, but that thermostat ain't gonna take another 5 minutes. So we're almost done, y'all. Just that fast. I appreciate everybody that's kicking it in here with me. Make sure y'all hit that like button. And we're gonna talk about some. We're gonna go back to the conversation that I was having yesterday morning, and those I was showing yesterday morning a little later. Now, I also got a very funny story for y'all. I ain't seen nobody on YouTube tell this story, so y'all don't want to miss the funny real life story that I found in the news, y'all. Y'all ain't gonna want to miss that a little later. Okay, so what we're gonna need up there, we're gonna need us some straps. We already got some duct sealing right there, so we don't have to take this duct sealing up here. So we're gonna leave that down here. We're gonna need, what else we're gonna need up there? Oh, definitely need our hanging strap, but our hanging strap is it already up there? We got some hanging strap right here. So I guess I can get up there and cut that and use that. So we got everything we need already up there. All we gotta do is get our tools, which is gonna be a tie gun, a staple gun, and some scissors. That's all we're gonna need up there, and our tandoori strap. So we're gonna get up here. All right, that's simple, y'all. That's simple. So we're gonna start from back here. What we want to do is make sure that our flex has nice bends like that has right there. We're gonna put one more strap on that just to make it nicer. So right now, let's put these nice bends on these straps. Here, let's put this over here on top of the duct because we don't need this until we get over here. There's one that I've seen that was blue shit sitting that on there. I see a little gap down here on my duct, so I'm gonna just get a big old scoop of this. If I got on gloves, I can get up in there without getting this stuff all over me. I think I got it. I think I got it, y'all. Look how messy my hands would have been if I would have had to put my hand under there. Okay, so let's leave this right here. We don't need this bucket over there either. We'll need that bucket for that piece right here. We don't need this. I need that. Okay, so let's hang these pieces of flex real quick. Let me grab my scissors. So I can cut this hanging strap loose from right here. And the key to walking up here, man, obviously you want to make sure that all of your boards are on top of a board and not under a board. See, somebody can trick themselves and hurt themselves right here because see how this board is under these boards? So if I go to standing on this board here, my weight can lobber. See how that just went down real quick? So you can, if you're thinking you could just stand on that one board alone and I had my foot over here and not thinking about it, yeah, I might go split my shit right here. But so it's always, you got to be careful when you're up in the attic, especially when you see plywood. You got to make sure that plywood is nailed down. I've seen mistakes like that, people stepping on it, and didn't go well for them. So you always just want to watch where you're stepping at. Don't step on nails, of course, because nails be up here. But let me get that. Just had to go over a couple of safety rules with y'all. I know people be looking like, oh, be careful, ears. I'm a professional. But thank you for your concern. All right. So, of course, we're going to take these little small ones here, like so. We want to put it where we can get a nice little bend right there. Keep the thumb out of the way. Bam. So we got a little starting bend right there. And you just want to go up a little bit higher every time. So damn, when it comes to this one here, I should make that a little tighter. This one here has extra flex, and I'm not about to cut this thing loose, so I'm gonna just have to make this work. I'm gonna just tighten that up a little higher, and I'm gonna put another strap over here. There we go. That just rounds out right there. Let's put one more strap on that. Like I said, this thing here has extra flex on it, so let's put one more right here. Oh, did I run out of hanging strap already? I hope I got another roll up there somewhere. Okay, so that's that for that. Cut that off. Let's see if we can at least get one more out of here. We got this one over here. I think I got another roll of hanging strap up here. It's way over there on the other side though. I'll go get it. That way I don't have to get out of the attic. There we go. About right there. Okay, so we're gonna have that bend right there. We're gonna put about 2-3 bow straps right there, and we'll be done with up here. But as y'all can see, it looks different when you're up here. You can see the little rainbow one that we did earlier. You see the other ones that we just hung. You know, you see how all of them, you know, they're kind of just letting the air flow. You gotta use your imagination. Imagine your air is flowing through these things, so you don't want it to be restricted at all. So let me go ahead and get my hanging strap because I done ran out of hanging strap, but I got some over here on the other side of this house. Plus I gotta put 1 or 2 straps right here anyway, so I had to go around this way anyway. Like I say, you gotta be careful with the rules of stepping on stuff like that. See what I'm stepping on right now? This shit here will not hold me up. I can hurt myself by putting all my weight on that because it's under the joystick. So just being aware of that, how I was just stepping, my automatic instinct kicked in, like, hold up, check that. And that's, you have to get to that point. That's why when I bring out new people, I usually don't even have them get in the attic until I know for sure they know how to operate. I'm like, I just need you to do all the bottom floor work, all the stuff that's just time consuming. And I get in the attic, I don't mind. Don't bother me. Because when it's summertime, as long as you get in here the early part of the day before 12 o'clock, you can do a lot of stuff without burning up. It just feels kind of good up there. It'll feel cooler up here than it will down there. Now, after that, between 12 and about 3, nah, you don't want to do it. Okay, so this is the hand strap we had over there, so now we're going to head back over here. But like you see, this was one of the distribution boxes right here. It comes, this is where the unit's going to be at. Let me show y'all for that first. That's where the unit's going to be at, right there in that closet. So that air travels up. And once it comes into that box right there, it breaks off. It comes to this, through this line right here. And this line comes through this box right here. This box distributes to all of these rooms. You got a bedroom back there in that back room. You're going to have a bathroom right there. You got another room right there. And you got a pantry over there. So that's what this box is feeding, those rooms. Now over here, you have a bigger line that travels all the way down to there. And it covers all those other rooms, those 3 bathrooms, that master bedroom, those baths, the ones that I just showed y'all. And you got the front room, and then you got the kitchen area. And over there is the garage, so it doesn't get anything. And you also have a bath, a fart flex that's going out over here that we're gonna have to seal also. So, okay, just after explaining that, let me get over here and I can keep going. Okay, again, you gotta be careful of that board. Just step in the middle right here and be good. So we're gonna put about 3 straps on here, 2 or 3. We'll put 2 more over here also. All right. Let's go put one right here also. That way it has a nice little bend. When it comes out of that air conditioner, that shit's gonna be blowing full blast. And trust me, that air blows really fast coming out when it's coming out of the directly out of the air conditioner. They have these high-powered motors that sends that air flying out of there. So you kind of coming off of it, you want that air to be unrestricted as possible. And plus the inspectors look for these straps to be like every 3 feet of the duct. So it's not always going to be exactly 3 feet, but you know, kind of measure the eye kind of thing. Okay, so we'll put that kind of like that. Bam, thank you, man. Simple. All right, y'all. So let's go back over here and finish hanging our duct since we got our hanging strap. All right. Trying to hang that as tight as possible. And like I said, this is the dryer duct. This is gonna be the laundry room right here. And you know, just like we done on other buildings, we put a can right there so you can hook up your dryer. And that hot air, it comes out, goes to this pipe right here, and comes out, and we cut a hole to the roof. And as y'all can see, we sealed the roof right there, so we don't have any leaks coming in there. So I did that. I think it was yesterday or the day before. One of them. Okay, so this line here is pretty tight. I don't think we need to put any more straps on that. Okay, so we got our straps on both our main lines or whatever. So now we're gonna take our main line that's coming from here, which is gonna be the main trunk line that feeds all of these rooms over here, and we're gonna connect it to that box right there. So that's about what we got left over here. And then we got to tie a couple of boots in. I got to duct seal this one right here. It's just a couple of things I left yesterday. I didn't feel like going through the rest of it. Let me put one more strap right here. Just for sure. Oh, crap. All right. So we're rolling along, rolling along. Rolling along, rolling along. Get over here the best way we can without messing up any of our ducts. Without having to do any acrobatic moves. Okay, so now we got this here. This is our distribution box over here. We're gonna hook this flex up to this hole right here. We don't need our hanging strap at this moment because we ain't got much left anyway. I'm gonna just tie that right here till I'm ready for it. All right, put that up here. Now, of course, this is a big flex, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna have to put two doubles together. So I'm gonna go ahead and get them ready. Because I think this is a 14 inch, I believe. So let's stick that right there until we're ready for it. So I have to get both of them together. Okay. Alright, gonna fit that there. Okay, so we're gonna take this flex right here. And when it comes to these bigger flexes, I like to put a little bit of well, when it's a supply, which I know the air is gonna be blowing through here, I like to put some duct filling inside of here, inside the liner, because if that air is blowing really hard, sometimes if it's not on tight, it'll blow straight on off. So I might think I got it strapped on tight, but it might not be as tight as I'm thinking. So if you put this duct filling on the inside of that, it'll never, ever, ever come off. You would literally have to cut it off, and it still wouldn't come all the way off once that dries up. That stuff is like, I don't know, it's like a thick. Y'all see how hard that gets? It's not all the way dry, so once that gets all the way dry, you would literally have to cut all this stuff apart. And that's what you want, though, because, like I say, this stuff's supposed to last for 50 years. You want your air to be contained and your light bill not to be going up, but your air is just running, and your house is not cool. Okay, so we got the inside put on. Put our first strap on, huh? Like I say, make sure it's all the way around the black and not caught up on the installation anywhere. Just get it tight around there over a couple of the rings. Hand tighten. Take your tools. Make sure it's tight, but once it gets tight, don't try to like go super hard on it, because sometimes it'll break the what's the name, or it'll collapse your thing, and then you have to do it all over. And you want to pull your installation all the way. Make sure installation is neat installation at all times. And sometimes the bigger that flex is, sometimes the more of a wrestle it is. Sometimes you gotta hold that flex on there while you're trying to strap it when it's bigger. But this flex is not that big. But I've had to tie on like 20-inch flex and stuff like that, and you really gotta kind of hug this shit. Alright, got that on nice and tight. Yeah, we're gonna have to put one strap on right there. So let's go ahead and put that strap on before we duct seal it, because if we duct seal it first and then start moving that thing around, you'll pull it off of where it's supposed to be at. So we don't want to do that. So do that there. There we go. Duct seal that thing. Shouldn't be able to see any cracks around it. Just gotta really get up under it. Trying to make it nice and smooth all the way around. That way you don't have to worry about it leaking. Because once this stuff dries up, it kind of shrinks. So you kind of want to make sure it's on there thick So you'll think you got it on there, and then when the inspector comes tomorrow, it done shrunk up a little bit, and now you got a hole in it, and now you fail your inspection. So yeah, I always want to make sure the bottom is probably the most common place. If you miss the top part, you might not fail inspection because most of the time the inspector's not gonna get in the attic and look. He's just gonna look from the ground. But if he see a hole in your shit from the ground, he's most likely gonna tell you. He's gonna just like, oh, if there's a hole in it from the ground, I know it's holes in it on the top. You're gonna feel like you're playing with his top. That you didn't even look from the ground. Look over your work. All right. I'm just taking a look from down here. I think we should. I think we're good. All right. So we got this one. We got this little one right here that we got to strap down to. Well, we're right here. Shit came up a little bit. The darn thing don't like to roll up just like it should. Take a duck seal. So that should look from the top. All right, that's that. On to the next, which is this little one over here. And I think that's the last one. There might be one more. Let's get this one right here. Then we're gonna run that thermostat and we should be done. But it's a lot of good points that that I'm covering in this video: how to splice duct, how to duct seal, how to connect, make connections. You know, a kind of rundown of how the duct, how the old hose system works. And then you get to see it. I mean, you get to see the dryer vent, all the stuff in the attic and how it should look when it's done. So I feel like a lot of points got covered during this short live, this short video that I can use for, you know, my channel. And knowing that y'all here live, it kind of makes me not feel lonely on the job like I be feeling sometimes, y'all. I be lonely. All right. I believe that's all of them up here, y'all. Let's see. I see I kind of missed a little gap over there. Just for that board. All right. A little gap over there on my door. So, I'm gonna go and get it. I did it on the ground, but all right. We got this. Let's get out of this attic, y'all. Okay. So what we got left? What we got left? What we got left? We gotta put a hood guard right here. We got to run a thermostat wire, and we got to put gasket on our pass vent. So we're looking at like another 20 minutes. I thought I just stepped in that thing. All right. Oh, another thing. You will fail inspection if you leave this little white tape right here on these damn things. So you have to peel this a little bit off. I try to do it on the ground, but the guy that I had helping me that said he had experience, and I told him to do it, and he was like, I know. And of course, you have to go behind the motherfuckers who claim they got experience, don't want to show up. And you try to tell them shit, and they say, I know, and then they don't do it. And you have to go back behind them and do it. And then they're like, hey, look out for me. But anyway, so that's how that thing look now. It looks different. It looks like a spotter, you know what I mean? So a spotter system, that's what we call it. That's how that distribution box look now. It's connected. Remember, it wasn't connected. All these lines here are nice and hung. We got our penetration sealed. We got our return nice and hung. We got that connected, because that's all. I'm just going over the stuff we did since we've been here in this last, whatever, how long this last been? An hour. So, of course, we got everything sealed, nice and sealed on the outside and everything. You know, this is gonna be the kitchen area. So we got the vent that covers this area. We got a vent that covers this living room area. We got our return jumper is what we call this. So this takes air out of this room whenever it gets unbalanced, or it takes air out of this master bedroom right here, and just kind of exchanges the air over here as it's needed. We got our duct that covers this master bedroom. We got our one that covers this bathroom right here. As soon as you walk in, not too close to the tub, because nobody wants the air to be over the tub, but far enough away where it's still cool in here. We got our bath fan right there. It gets rid of that steam from the shower and everything. You have your little closet right here. It doesn't need anything. Well, that's like a bath closet, you know, where you put the towels and stuff. Of course, that don't need anything but a light. This is going to be your master closet right here. It has a duct that's going to be in here. Probably shelves will be over here, so it's clear out of the way over here. Same thing with this little small, toilet right here. The air ain't directly over you, but it's directly over the door. So when you're in here, you know, you're still feeling your air. It's small room. Then you got your park fan right here, getting rid of that stink smell. And then over here, it's a good thing this place doesn't have sheetrock already, because I can just walk through walls, you know what I mean? So this is another small room. It has its vent And that's coming from, that's the one that we came and put those straps on, so that air traveling nice and smooth over here. Now, these are the things that I'm saying I'm going to put some gasket around. It ain't going to take but a second. But these, it just helps exchange air from in here. Just like we got that one in that big bedroom back there, these that operate the same way. Because once they put sheetrock up there, it's going to be a grill right there. So, it just allows air to relieve out of this room. If it gets too cold or get hot, just give it a fresh breeze. And same thing right here. This is going to be the closet where the air conditioner is going to be at. It's going to be a standing air conditioner. It's going to have a frame up under it. And this is going to stand up, and then that air is going to blow up through there 1,000,000 miles an hour and distribute like I told y'all. And, of course, we got our distribution box that's over there. We got these same kind of Passover returns right here. And this is the gasket that I'm going to put around these things. That's what it looks like. And I'm just going to run it all the way around the outside. That way when they put a grill on there, the grill is not meat straight to the metal. This gives it a little cushioning or whatever so it doesn't sweat. So that's what that's for. Oh, last thing I do have to do is I have to connect this one right here too, because I just bought this bag of flex here yesterday, so I haven't connected that. So that's the last thing I'm going to do before I leave out of here. I also have to seal that penetration. So there's a couple of little small things I still got to do. So let's do them one by one and get them out the way. Let me grab my drill out of the truck so I can put these screws, so I can put this, what's the name up? Put this nail guard in. That way, as I cycle around the house, I just do everything as I pass by. That way I don't accidentally forget nothing. So the point of this nail guard is, and this is going to be the nail guard. The point of this nail guard is what it sounds like. It guards the duct from nails. So right there where I got that wood cut out with, I'm going to put this thing right there, just like how that plumbing pipe is right there. That's the reason they put that there. So when the sheetrockers are putting their nails into the sheetrock, it won't go through right there and puncture the duct or the plumbing pipe. And nobody has a hole in their wall, and they don't know about it because the sheetrock is real through it. So that's the purpose of this nail thing. So let me go get my drill real quick so I can put that up. Not much to go, y'all. Not much to go. This is the neighborhood, y'all. Everybody, man, shit, you'll see the crane. It's doing its thing. Building another house. This is a fresh neighborhood. Nobody even stays in this joint yet. All these gonna be houses and stuff like that. Playing and work, playing and work, playing and work. And y'all see me in neighborhoods like this all the time. It's going up everywhere. Most of them are shit Airbnb anyway. Y'all don't need to see how messy my truck is. I'm gonna clean it out, y'all. I'm taking a week off. I'm gonna clean the truck out, y'all. Y'all see how I got everything thrown in here. I know where everything is, except for my drill right now. Oh, I know where my drill is. Yeah, it's a little bad right now, y'all. Don't judge me. Find some screws. If I can find some screws in this mess. Some of these houses are double story, some of them triple. I've already done 3 of these houses in this neighborhood. I'll probably do a couple more before it's done with. Alright, what was that? Oh yeah. I'm almost done, y'all. I can smell home already. I can feel my bed already. So all I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna just push that pipe close as possible. Inside of that. Put a little pressure on it. Damn. Easy Sunday morning. That's all. I ain't breaking no sweat with that. Now while I'm right here, I'm gonna go ahead and put my gasket on this here. Let me show y'all how we gonna do that. So let me grab my gasket real quick because, like I said, I'm just working my way around doing everything I gotta do. I just went right to that van, y'all, and y'all know what I didn't grab? My damn thermostat wire. So I'm gonna have to run out there to the van again and grab my thermostat wire in a second. But because that's the next thing we're gonna do. So here we are. We're gonna put our gasket on this junk, huh? And what you want to do is you just want to kind of center it. Not too center, but just a little bit lower than the center. Because like I said, they're going to put a grill on here. So you just want to keep it straight as possible. I mean, nobody's perfect, but try to keep it straight. I like to just run my little thumb right up on it. And usually keep it straight for me. Turn the curve. Let me turn it very loose. One of these days, I'll show y'all actually what me cutting these and framing these, putting them together. But I did these about a day or two ago. But I'll save that lesson for another day. Okay, I'll keep taking off of this. Damn, simple as that, y'all. It's simple, ain't it? All this simple stuff, man. All of it is simple stuff. I be tricking y'all. Y'all be thinking I be working hard at stuff. Yeah, I'm like, years you work so hard. I'm like, yeah, sure do. Yeah, I'm tired. No, I'm just summer days are worse though, because it might be hot outside, man. That humid. Or if you got a boss now, oh no, this is gonna be hard work. It ain't the work that's hard, it's the people that make it hard. Yeah, if you working for somebody, you're a helper or something, yeah, then your work might be a little bit more challenging. But once you're in control of it, you good. So if you just plain out just don't like to do nothing, it might seem hard. But on an average day, man, it actually kind of make the day go by fast. Easy money, in my opinion. And so, and sky's the limit of what you can do. I've run into some really rich people doing this kind of work. You never know it, though. It's just the way you go about it over your career. I ain't saying people get it overnight. It's usually people who, put in their fair share of work, and they master what it is they do. So, okay, so we got that out the way. That's how that's going to go. Now, we got two more of those that we got to do, which is these two, but I'm going to wait till I get over here to go ahead and finish that. I'm gonna work my way around with everything I need to do. So the next thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is we about to run our thermostat wire. So this is another lesson within the it has to be done on every single house. So let me show y'all that thermostat that y'all see in y'all house. Just a simple process of installing the wire that goes from it. Now it all depends on where it's gonna actually be placed at. On this particular I gotta get my big. Small little bit like this size here. It all depends on where your layout says they want the thermostat wire. Let me show y'all this layout. Okay, this is the layout, y'all. This is the layout of this house. All right, so I'm gonna go in the garage right here. This is the garage. So you're gonna look at it like this. This is your garage right here. It's gonna tell you garage right there. Make it easy for you. And it's also gonna tell you how big the unit is gonna be. This is gonna be a 2.5 ton unit. So the first arrow that it's pointing to is that little box right there. So that's telling you where your unit is gonna be, where your supply box. Anytime you see a box with an X, that's for your supply box. That's where the air is gonna supply the air. That's why it's called supply. And then you have a return, and that is just what it sounds like. That's what the air returns to. So right here in this closet, it shows a box. That's that box that we got right there. So right up under, it shows another little box. Now this is where you have to know what the hell you're doing, because you got to kind of look and see these type of things. But it has a little box that's coming at the bottom. That's letting you know that's going to be the return, but that means it's going to be standing right there. It's going to be a return up under the unit. So the good thing about this house, I don't have to put in a return. I don't have to run no flex for a return because it's going to be standing on a stand. Now, these little X boxes right here, it's kind of hard to see them right here. They're little rectangular boxes right here. And as you can see to the side, it has 24 by 14. That's telling me these little rectangle boxes that I just put in right here, that's what that's telling me to put in right there. So that's going to be the return, for most every room. Now, right beside that is having these little boxes right here, and that's telling me that I'm going to put a supply grill in there. That's where your grill's going to go that brings your air in there. So you see these little lines that go from there? That's the flex. So when y'all see the big black box, that's our big box that's up there. That's our distribution box up there. So that's how you know. And as you can see, it'll label every single room. See, this is that kitchen area. This right here, that little empty space right there, that represents that door right there. Right over there. And that represents that kitchen area. As you can see, is in the corner of the house over there. And then you have that first day room right there. That's what that is. And where you want to line up your duct, you look over and you'll see that window right there. So you kind of want to fit your box kind of where that duct is your window. Now, I didn't quite do that. I kind of moved it over a little bit because I wanted my duct to come off that side. But it ain't nothing wrong with shifting it around a little bit. Ain't that big of a deal. Now, these two little boxes right here, and you have to look closely at the numbers that's on them. This lets me know that there's a 14-inch flex in between these two boxes right here. Those two boxes right there that we snapped together earlier or whatever and put our hanger straps on. So that's what that is. It's letting you know it's going to be air coming from this side to this side. And like I said, that little box right there represents that supply box right there. All over here, you have these bathrooms, 4 inches, 4 inches, 4 inches. These little square boxes right here that have an F inside of them. If you follow where the arrow is pointing to them, it will tell you what size fart fan that you're gonna put on there. And that's what we got in here, our fart fans and stuff like that. So, and I know I'm going fast, but you ain't gonna get this overnight anyway. So I'm just still, maybe if you look over it and you already know a little something about it and you just kind of needed to know little small details or whatever that nobody taught you, this is kind of what I'm doing right now. So this circle right here, that DV, that stands for dryer vent. So you're gonna, and as you can see, it say LUN, LUAN. That stands for laundry room. So that's telling you this is your laundry room right here. Because of course, all you had to do is you'll see that that's the um, second room outside of the garage, or you'll see that it's right here past the where the unit is gonna be, right here. So this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna see your dryer vent right there. That's why I put that dryer vent right there and ran it out the ceiling because that's where it told me to put it at on this diagram. I mean on this layout. Now, right here in front of where the unit is at, where I'm looking at, okay, right here where in front of the unit is at, as you can see, there's a T with a circle around it. That's telling me where I need to run my thermostat wire to. You see that T with the circle around it right here? You see where my unit is at? So this is where my unit is at. Right here. Right here. It has that T. It has this little space that's right in front of it, which is this little hallway space right here. And it's telling me to put that thermostat on the wall, you see, because there's a line right there. It's telling me to put it on the wall directly across from that thermostat. So I'm gonna put it about right around here. That way, when somebody is drilling the thermostat to it, they can catch some wood. They don't have to worry about it. And that's just a little thing that I know because I used to come in after when the unit needs to be put in. I used to be the guy to come in, put it in the unit, wire up the thermostat, wire up the unit, start up the unit, pressurize it, all that stuff there. So I hate it when I used to have to put anchors in my thermostat. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm trying to screw my thermostat off or something and there ain't no freaking wood behind it. They used to aggravate me. So I try to make sure I put my thermostat by a lot of wood. So when the person comes to put the thermostat on the wall, they got some wood to screw to. So let me show y'all how we put together this thermostat. Now let me go get the thermostat wire out of the van real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and, while I'm right here though, I'm gonna go ahead and drill my holes while I'm right here before I go get it. And this is an easy, simple process. What you're gonna do is, you're gonna take your spot on this wall. You want it to be about chin height. I'm not that tall. I'm about 5'11", if that's the thing. But yeah, so about the average height of most people. I drill it at an angle because I want that wire to come through here, and I want it to be right here in the center of this wood. So when that person putting that thermostat here, they can drill through this wood and catch this wood. Or even if they want to catch this wood or whatever, so they want to pull it over a little bit, whichever one. So now, right above it, I'm going to drill a hole also because I'm going to pull that wire up through here, and I want to there'll be a hole right there. So now I'm gonna end up pulling that wire across here, right here. So what I want to do is wherever they haven't came and put in the copper yet. So the copper's probably gonna go over here on this left hand side. They usually tell us to put it on the right hand side, but I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put it right here, just so it's easily little small hole. So now we're gonna go get our thermostat wire, and all we have to do is run it through that hole, through those holes that we just drilled. Simple as that. So let me put my drill bit back up so I don't lose it. I don't really need my drill anymore either. Get my thermostat wire, y'all. Man, we almost done. We almost done. It's kind of a punch out list. What we call it when we just got to come to and do little punch out stuff, little details. But like I say, it's kind of covering a lot of stuff with doing this punch out. That's kind of what made me live. As y'all can see, this ain't no tiny house. It's not the hugest house. I think it's a 3-bedroom. In a suburban neighborhood. Doesn't look that big when you empty it out, but you know, once somebody move in it or whatever, oh, this is a nice size house or whatever. It's gonna cost you at least 200,000, 300,000. Yeah. But I don't prefer houses to be close to people when I'm paying that much damn money for it. I would stay in the country. Alright, so we're gonna take this wire here, and I'm gonna start from, I guess I can start from this side. It don't really matter what side to start on. So I'm gonna take this wire. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to end this live in a minute because my battery's so low now. Sorry about that. But I think we've covered a lot anyway, and the only thing I have left is to put this on, those two, and to tie on that flex over there. So that ain't stuff that y'all haven't seen already anyway. I've done that a couple of times already. So, and I went over the job, so I don't think it's a bad thing. So I'm gonna take my wire and I'm gonna feed it through this small little hole. But y'all, I gotta get out of here next about 3-4 minutes. So I definitely appreciate everybody that done pulled up and joined this HVAC video, the training session. As I can see, I'm just pulling this wire on through here. I'm gonna run it over here. Well, I could get on my other phone too, y'all. I got some more phones that shoot up. And one thing I like about streaming, y'all, is you really don't have to do much except for switch phones. But like I say, I'm about done anyway. Okay, take my wire and I'm gonna pull it through that little hole that I drilled over here. They're like, dang, you're an electrician too? No, I'm not an electrician. But this is what the electricians do, is they pull wires all day. Which I wouldn't mind doing that. Hey, you wouldn't have to get dirty or nothing. Yeah, but you do electrician work on the residential rough inside. I watched them guys. Matter of fact, the electricians was here yesterday. They ran all those wires there, you know, took in all those little cut things right there for the plugs and stuff, all the little things for the light switches. They ran all those wires. They used the staple gun. You know, they just came yesterday and they wired the whole house. They only took them one day. And a lot of them work contract work too. So, you know, all these trades run hand in hand. You got the plumbers, they came through and they did their plumbing work or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's just how all these run hand. Skilled trades. It's the way to go. If you ain't no NBA player, if you ain't no actor, singer, you can't rap, you ain't pretty. You know, you didn't go to college and you didn't learn how to, you know what I'm saying, do all this and that. Hey, you can still make you a decent career. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of rich people that's out here doing their thing in a skilled trade. And I'm going to leave it at that. We're pretty much done with this house. So I was putting the little gasket right there and me tying that in. But every single thing else is done. This is a finished project. Here's is about to go home and I'm taking a week off. And I'll be doing some YouTube input, BSing around and relaxing and chilling. Let me check my chat real quick. How much percentage I got? 4%, y'all. But y'all seen what we did in that little bit of time. You know, we've been here for about an hour and some change. Yeah, it's a big difference just from when we came in, just alone. But like I say, this is a finished project. Besides those little three minor things. I have to get the links for my other for my Ductwork TV. This will be stuff that's on there. Strictly this stuff. In every different fashion. I got commercial work stuff that I've done in the past or whatever that I can upload. I just haven't showed it yet. But I'm gonna get to work on that thing. Hopefully, I got a little time this week, so maybe I can just get some videos uploaded. So I don't end up doing so much. Oh, I'm glad I looked at that, y'all. I gotta correct that. I'll film my whole inspection for that little part right there. Yeah. So. Salute the Love Lace, Iceberg Thoughts, Carl Belton, David Johnson, Kai Carve. I think I said that right. Salute to you. Who else been in here? The usual. Salute to y'all, man. I appreciate the support. Mooster Bronze. Salute. Crystal Williams. Salute. I appreciate all the support, y'all. Big Rig, Jude Martin. Salute my brother. I'm down to 4%. I got enough time to make sure I ain't forgetting nobody. Valentina, salute to you. Yeah, I appreciate every last one of y'all. Y'all could have been anywhere on YouTube, but y'all here rocking with us. Donkey Green, salute. I think I got everybody. Unless they just in the bushes. R. Bird, salute. Shirley Kirkland. Brittany Smith. And everybody in the bushes. Oh man, I appreciate that, Iceberg. Iceberg, when they got that thing for me, I appreciate you. Salute to you, brother. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here for this phone go dead and not be stuck trying to figure it out and mess up the whole live because I have dead weight on the end of it. All right, y'all. Salute. Wick made 912. I'm out your area.